Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm CT5K, and today we're going to be going over something I think you'll find interesting. Now before we delve into these, I'm just going to mention that this technology is found nowhere else on YouTube, so if you enjoy content like this, then make sure to subscribe. Subscribing is completely free, and you will be one of the first to hear about new innovations in Redstone hexadecimal. In the world of Redstone computational, you will have to work with what's called gates. Gates are the beating heart of computational redstone, so it's important that you know how to build them. However, most logic gates, like the NOT gate, the OR gate, and the AND gate, are based on binary architecture. So what does that mean for hex? Well, in real life, hex is simply 4-bit binary. But in Minecraft, things are a little bit different. You see, Minecraft hexadecimal is the same as signal strength. So, theoretically, we have to treat hex as sort of two things, either 4-bit binary or an analog signal. If we decide to treat it like 4-bit binary, then only one of the 7 basic binary gates exists for hex, the NOT gate. Now the reason this is the same as a binary NOT gate is because it inverts the signal. In binary, a NOT gate inverts the signal. So if we have 0, 1, 0, 1, the inverted signal is 1, 0, 1, 0. Now, if we convert these to mathematical numbers, we get 5 as the input and 10 as the output. You might be thinking to yourself, why am I rattling about mathematical calculations? Because computers run on math, so if we can copy an equation on two machines and get the same results, then the two machines would be equal and would be more or less identical for that specific equation. Sound confusing? Well, let me explain it in another way. The area of a square is A equals S raised to the second. However, that's not the only way to get the area of a square. Another way to get the area is A equals L times W. So if our square is 2 blocks by 2 blocks, then the first equation is A equals 2 raised to the second, which is 4. And if we use the other equation, we get A equals 2 times 2, which is also 4. Basically, math is math, so we can use different ways to get the same result. This also applies to logic gates. So for the NOT gate, the mathematical equation is the highest value possible minus the input. So if we are using 4 bits of binary, then the NOT for 5 is 15 minus 5, which is equal to 10. Now this hex gate does the same thing. As you can see, if I input a 5 right here, it will output 10. So this hex NOT gate will operate like any 4-bit binary NOT gate, since the algorithms output the same answer when given the same number. While the NOT gates are easy to recreate, the AND and OR gates are not. And here's where the dilemma comes in. Should it act like binary, or should it act like an analog system? Because if it's binary, then the gates would have to be big and complicated because the truth tables don't line up to a normal logic gate. Now, if we treat it like an analog system, then the gates exist. They will not output the same as their binary counterparts. If we treat hex as an analog system, then here are the AND gates and OR gates. I will make a disclaimer, these will not be considered legitimate logic gates, so I'm planning on calling them either simplified logic gates or basic logic gates, just because they do a type of logic, but it's not the same as binary logic. Let me know down in the comments if you have a better name for them. If we look at this OR gate, then we will see that the output is operated the same as if it were binary. If we look at the binary form of the gate, we will see that it will output the highest value possible of the two inputs, which in binary is either a 1 or a 0. Now if we convert it to hex, like we did right here, we see that it still shows the highest value possible of the two inputs, but since this is an analog system, there are 14 more values besides just 1 and 0. The same goes with the AND gate. The binary AND gate takes two inputs, knots them, ORs the knots, and then knots the output. Well, just by looking at this diagram right here, we can also convert this to analog as well. So if we have two hex NOT gates right here and here, we have an OR gate, which is this piece of dust right here, and then we simply knot that output to get a theoretical analog AND gate. As you can see, hex isn't all that much complicated than binary. You just have to know how to convert the equations so that they output the same on both systems. Now I will stress the analog gates that are shown in this video are not the same as their binary versions. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of them. If you have any more questions about stuff like this, then make sure to join my Discord server. The link to that will be in the description. If you want to learn how to build an ALU using hexadecimal, then I will recommend watching the video in the top right-hand corner of this video. It covers how to build the ALU used in the RPC-1, and it is a great place to start. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. Now let's go change the world.